All right, everybody, welcome to the Working Fans Podcast. We're going to talk all kinds of wrestling action this week because there's a lot of wrestling to talk about. But first things first, AJ, you got your energy up? You got some energy today?
Of course, I've got my energy. I went to w.gg. I use the code FANSWORKING. I save my 10%, and it gives me jitterless energy throughout the day to hit the gym and work all day long as only the fans working can.
I love it. I love it. And by the way, folks, speaking of up, AJ, let's talk about our brand new sponsor, Game Up. What's going on?
Dude, I'm going to tell you, they should have changed the name to Game Changer because this Game Up hard hydration, it's the wave of the future. When you're getting ready for Wrestlemania season, and I know you guys are, you're going to want to have this. So go into your local package store, your liquor store, wherever you get your goods, ask for Game Up. It comes in all the same flavors that your classic Gatorade comes in, and you're able to stay hydrated, have fun, and last through the whole weekend.
That's right. It's comes in an 8-pack, and it's got 4 great flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon, and grape. It's full flavor, 110 calories. You're gonna love it. And hey, don't just listen to me. Listen to Joe talk about it.
If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.
All right, folks. All right, let's talk about the wrestling action we got coming up. How about we start off tonight, AJ? I mean, what a freaking SmackDown we got coming tonight. The Rock and Roman Reigns are going to invade SmackDown. AJ, what do you think is going to happen here? What are we going to set up? Are we setting something up?
I mean, obviously, we're setting something up. Rock's going to come in, talk about his family, how the lineage, how they all get together. I'm still leaning towards, and I know I'm in the minority. I think Rock versus might get Roman Reigns, not Roman Reigns, might get Seth Rollins at some point, one-on-one. So now Seth has got that hurt knee, so he's not wrestling until WrestleMania. But what if they find a way to somehow sneak Rock into the Elimination Chamber?
Hey, that's a possibility. Maybe they even advertise, we're coming to Australia. I did see something, I believe, that Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes might be on the Grayson Waller effect.
They are. Which is going to be weird because you're going to bring out 2 of your most popular athletes and have them in a confrontation with what might be Australia's favorite athlete, Grayson Waller.
Favorite athlete, Grayson Waller. You got to love it. Hashtag we want AJ. Hey, listen, I've really liked the attention The Rock is bringing to this company. I'm very curious to see what goes down tonight. I will say one thing, AJ, last week you made mention that you had a friend whose brother, I believe, was asking, is that real? What's going on with The Rock? And I was listening to another podcast, the Matt Man podcast, and Andrew Zarian, who has a lot of friends, and in terms of like in the wrestling business, he's always breaking scoops. And this guy was saying he had more non-wrestling friends this week going up to him, asking him like, what's going on with The Rock? Is that real? Is The Rock actually mad? What is happening here?
On a personal note, I love to see how many eyes are being brought to the product. The more you bring to the product and the more people are asking questions, more tickets you sell, the more merchandise. People can hate on The Rock all they want, but this is getting over big.
And Randy, with the question there, do you think we're going to see The Rock versus Roman at SummerSlam, maybe?
I mean, it's possible. At some point, Rock and Roman are going to actually end up facing each other.
I agree.
Just due to the fact that it's too big of a match to leave on the table. But it might take The Rock in seeing that Roman Reigns has become a monster to go, wait a minute, this isn't who I am.
Sure. I definitely think we'll see a split up at some point. And AJ, I want to go back because you said you believe The Rock maybe gets snuck into the Elimination Chamber, and maybe we'll get The Rock versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Well, one of our other segments this week is who's Seth Rollins going to wrestle at WrestleMania? So, AJ, you're leaning towards The Rock.
Well, it's
Why don't
supposed
we
to be
just
the
go
it's
ahead?
supposed to be the winner of the Elimination Chamber.
Right, you're suggesting The Rock finds a way.
Yeah, Logan Paul, by the way, tonight is actually his match with The Miz is also to get into the Elimination Chamber.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Logan Paul is a big name to add to there. Don't discount The Miz, but he's a big one. I
Discount.
actually think somehow Kevin Owens is going to lose to Dominic Mysterio tonight, and somehow Dominic Mysterio is going to end up in that Elimination Chamber also.
Could happen. It'll be interesting this if maybe Kevin Owens and Logan Paul both cost each other.
It could, and that would be a way for The Rock to get in by them both. Actually, maybe they find a way to actually get cost. Maybe Kevin Owens wins and he gets injured by Logan Paul after costing Logan Paul.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna say though, just as a odd, as a different choice, I'm gonna go and say Randy Orton actually gets in here. All right, what we got? We would like to see The Rock. Would you like to see Rock? Would like to see Rock and Roman fight? Yes, I agree. I would like to see that at some point. I'm not one of these people. Me and AJ have talked about it, so if those are new to the podcast, we're not against that idea. I'm kind of 50-50, actually. I really enjoy Cody Rhodes. I'm liking to where this is going, but I would not have been brokenhearted if we got Rock and Roman now and we got Cody later. That being said, here's we're going with Cody now, but at some point, I think now, if we're fortunate enough, I'm getting greedy here. I want it all. I want Rock versus Cody at one point now, and I still want Rock versus Roman because I think at some point there's a story to be told there of who actually is the head of the table and who is the tribal chief.
If they're doing the tag match like people have suggested on night one, when does Seth Rollins defend his belt? Are you having both the world title and the WWE title defended on night two?
See, that's the thing, right? Yeah.
And right. If that's the case, is it because the tag match is actually a bigger match than Seth Rollins' World Championship?
And right, and how do you recover that? You know, because that makes Seth look weak at that point too.
Yeah, I'm not actually a fan of that. To me, that world title has to be more valued, which is why I'm hoping that The Rock finds a way for that match, because Rock versus Seth Rollins for that world championship escalates that world championship.
If Rock gets the title shot, does Rock win?
I think he does. I think that's where the tension builds between him and Roman for a unification match at SummerSlam.
Okay. And then you think Cody's on the back burner for a while. People are going to lose their minds if Cody doesn't win this title, and Rock and Roman both have championships.
But that's what wrestling is.
Yeah.
Real wrestling is knowing when to make the fans lose their mind. You can't always give the fans what you want. If you give the fans what they want all the time, then guess what? They're going to stop watching.
Rock and Roman will be match of the year. Hey, who's to say? Could be.
We don't know what The Rock can do now.
Yeah. What to say. All right. Let's switch gears. AEW coming to Boston. Will we see Mercedes Moné?
What I want to know is, how have I not done my hair like that? I think we will. I think we're actually, we talked about it this week. I can't remember if we talked about it on camera or not, but we talked about it this week. I think that there's going to be 3 people actually in Boston that night. I think you're going to get both Okada and Mercedes Moné both on that Boston show, and then Will Ospreay also. Will Ospreay will be the one they tell you about ahead of time, because they've already announced the match. It's Ospreay versus how do you say his name?
That's not.
Yeah, they did.
That's for the pay-per-view.
No, not for Boston. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They've already announced the match in the future for Revolution. So now that I think they're going to bring him to Boston, and the 2 of them are going to have a confrontation there over who's Don Callis' favorite.
Think we get Jamie Hayter back soon.
I love the idea of having Jamie Hayter back. I hope she's healthy. We also haven't seen Britt Baker because of injury in forever, although she was hanging out with Monet and 2 of the WWE young ladies at the Super Bowl.
Also, Okada to AEW. I think you've already said this in the last segment. You're predicting all the rumors and everything is true. We are getting Okada, and you think Okada's going to be at Boston as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to see both of them in Boston.
Which, I mean, the dollar signs and the Boston S's, right? it makes sense because Mercedes is about that money, and Okada likes to make it rain. So I think it's the best possibility. Now, I'll just throw this out there.
You know, it'd be great if we could also get Marty Scurll with the umbrella as it's raining.
I don't think we're getting Marty Scurll. Do you think that Okada will? Do you think that who do you think Okada is going to be like programming a feud with right away? Any predictions?
I mean, he's got the heat with Danielson.
Right.
Why would you not bring him in and have him go head to head with Danielson first?
Yeah, Danielson, the best wrestler in the world.
Well, here's the good thing about Okada coming to AEW instead of WWE. In AEW, you don't have to build Okada.
Right.
You have to actually, if he goes to the WWE with the WWE audience and how stupid they are, you might have to actually build Okada first, or even give him a name change. Hey, I heard Butch is available.
Butch is no more. We don't do Butch no more, pal. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's available now, so we can call him Butch Okada.
I don't think we're doing that. I think Okada coming in will be good. To me, I like Danielson because it's already a big money match.
I mean, you're gonna have Will Ospreay there now.
We've already seen that. I'd like to see something different, maybe we haven't seen before.
Well, there's a lot of matches in there that we haven't seen before with Okada.
I guess,
but you also
babyface.
Yeah, to me, you could start him off against the Don Callis family.
Right.
He could come in to help Jericho or help one of the people fighting against the Don Callis family.
How about something odd? How about like Okada
against Will Hobbs?
Yeah.
Sure, that could work. Him against Takesha would be a fantastic match. Sure. Him against Aussie Open would be fantastic.
Maybe even have him win a championship. We go after the national championship first. Maybe Roderick Strong takes that title. He takes it off of Roderick Strong.
Yeah, you could. Absolutely. There's so many things you can do with Okada in AEW because the audience knows him.
Absolutely. Well, one other thing, we didn't have it on our segments. I wanted to get some input from you on is a segment that happened this week with Darby Allin coming out after the Bucks. I don't know if did you see this? We didn't talk about it. Of
course.
Okay. So Darby comes out and he makes the comment that you guys, what was the original mission statement, right? What was the original mission? It was to change the world. Now you're just talking about, you did an interview where, you can get better dates and, the schedule isn't demanding. And he said, interesting enough, he said, you guys didn't even hire me. He said, when we first got, you only hired your California buddies. All right.
Yeah, you got the nice Cody chant off who hired him.
He says, okay. He says, at least one EVP had enough sense to hire me. And I'm not talking about Kenny, which was automatic. Like, if there was any doubt in the mind, like, it was automatic, okay, we're getting Cody.
Well, the funny thing is, off mic, the Bucks actually were saying, yeah, Kenny.
Right. But what do you think was like, I mean, I think it's probably pretty universal. Wasn't a great idea. They're going to be fine, but it wasn't like, I don't think you really want to get a Cody chant, the guy that's going to be in the main event of the Rivals company at WrestleMania, who left your company? Is that I just thought it was not well done.
No, that wasn't well done, but the segment on a whole was well done. The Bucks are, whether you like the Bucks or not, the Bucks are on fire right now. People want to kill them. Because of what they did to Sting and Darby.
I like what they did last week. I thought that segment last week was a great ending. I thought coming out with the blood and everything was good.
I thought the biggest struggle of the whole thing is, quite frankly, Darby's still not good on a microphone.
I don't mind Darby on the microphone. I just didn't like where he went this time. I just thought this time it was like...
I don't think he's good. You've got to keep him short and sweet. You take the handcuffs off, he goes in like, wee!
Yeah.
Well, I don't like Darby on the mic at all.
You know what? Maybe Darby just needs some game up. All right.
In the middle of a hard match, you need to keep hydrated, and you're going to enjoy the match more if you're drinking a nice, lively beverage. So the combination of the two, it's just you can't lose.
And we want to thank Game Up for being our sponsor this week. And remember, guys, Game Up, I'll get better at this as time goes on.
Oh my God. Guys, remember, if you're taking a trip to Wrestleville, you're going to take Game Up on your trip with you, drink it down, but that's not even important. The most important thing is that when you're reading Black Bart and you're reading all about him, you want to drink that Game Up on the side, keep yourself hydrated. I don't know where you were going with this.
It's a full flavor, 110 calorie, low carb drink. Enjoy it. Black Bar could probably use a low carb drink. All right. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the show.
Hey, all you goddamn wrestling fans out there, listen, old Black Bart has got a book. It's called Wrestle. Like that. It's got some damn good stories in there about some damn good wrestlers.
Read stories of Dusty Rhodes, the Von Erichs, Scott Casey, Sergeant Slaughter, Roddy Piper, Mr. Fuji, Ron Bass, Bruiser Brody, Mike Davis, the Grappler, and many others.
And I guarantee you one thing, that it'll be the best dadgum read you've had in a long, long time.
Get your book today at Wrestleville.com or on Amazon. Wrestleville, it's where wrestling lives.